Well, this is the story we've been waiting for. A gut punch to Donald Trump and his company and his family. Basically, the beginning of the demise of Donald Trump and the Trump crime family. We've been waiting for the decision from Judge Engoron and Letitia James' lawsuit against Donald Trump for massive fraud. There's been a lot of speculation about it, but the decision is in right now. Now, we're going to learn more about this over time, but this is the basics that we know now. Judge Engoron is fining Donald Trump $364 million. Don Jr. has a $4 million fine, Eric Trump has a $4 million fine, and Allen Weisselberg a $1 million fine. Over and above that, Donald Trump cannot do business in New York for 3 years. His kids can't do business in New York for 2 years. How this is all going to shake out, I don't know, but keep in mind this. That's $364 million that he's got to put up as a bond before he appeals it. Now, normally somebody would finance that for him and put up the bond and he'd pay about 20%, which is significant anyway. But remember, on the $5 million finding in the E. Jean Carroll's first case, he put up $5 million on his own, out of his own pocket, because he couldn't find anybody to finance it. So he's got a problem with this $364 million decision. But when you add them up, 364 plus 83 to E. Jean Carroll and 5 to E. Jean Carroll, that's $452 million. It's a lot of fucking money, more money than Donald Trump has. There's some IRS thing going on too that may cost him $100 million. There's other smaller things. This will be without question over and above $500 million that he's got to pay out in short order. Now, some people have talked about, well, he'll just sell off his assets, and probably that's what he's going to have to do to some extent. The only building he outright owns in New York is Trump Tower. It's worth $160 million, but get this, it's mortgaged to the tune of $100 million. So even if he sells it off, that only gets him $60 million and doesn't even pay off E. Jean Carroll's second case. Donald Trump got hit hard today. I know we would have loved to hear that it was $1 billion or $2 billion and all that stuff. It doesn't matter. We're talking $452 million, money that Donald Trump doesn't have. He can't do business in New York for 3 years, and that might as well be a life sentence because I don't know that Donald Trump can last that long. And Eric and Jr., they're out for 2 years, and they've got their own fines. So this is what we know so far, but it's good news. It's bad news for Donald Trump. This is taking away what he thinks is the most valuable thing he owns, and that's his branding. I'm a rich guy with a lot of power and a lot of property. Well, that's coming to an end now, thanks to Judge Engoron. Now, he says he's going to appeal this. He's got 30 days to do that, but he's got to either put up a bond or the entire amount. So it's going to come out of his ass ultimately. And as I said, who's going to give him any kind of credit to put up the bond where he'd only put up 20%? I don't see that happening. This will be the thing that crushes Donald Trump. And going forward into the criminal trials, there ain't going to be a lot left of Donald Trump.